All right, we're live both on Facebook and YouTube, ready to go this morning. It is Wednesday morning. It's a little bit more overcast today, but it is nice. Went for a walk this morning instead of a bike ride, just to give my knees and hips a little bit of a break. And so enjoyed that this morning. Back in here, drinking a cup of coffee, ready to move the day along here. A lot of different things going on. Small group tonight, excited about that. We are working on some possibilities for meeting together as a church soon and just trying to work out some of those details. And so we'll let you know if you come to small group tonight, we'll try to let you in on a few of those things, kind of things to pray for and directions we're looking and heading. So exciting things to look into. But this morning is 5 minutes or more with Pastor, and we are in Psalm 39. Psalm 39, and I just want to read two verses 4 through 5. It says this. It says, Lord, make me to know mine end and the measure of my days, what it is, that I may know how frail I am. Behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth, and my age is as nothing before thee. Verily, every man at his best state is altogether vanity. Selah. In this passage in verse 5, he says, Behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth. When thinking in the scope of eternity, David took a moment to think about his lifespan, and he realized that in comparison to eternity, it's not very long. It's short. As a matter of fact, he compared it to the smallest measurement of size known at that time as a handbreadth, which is the width of your hand here, which typically measured to about 3 inches. And so that a handbreadth was about 3 inches. And so you can almost see David as he's writing, he's going, my life is like this. It's short. It's not very long, and that's a continuing theme throughout the book of Psalms and Ecclesiastes and Job about the fact that our lifespan isn't very long. In Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 16, Paul implores us to redeem that time because the days are evil. And again, in reality to eternity, in reality to God, our time frame, our time here on earth isn't very long. And I think what David wanted God to do, he said, Lord, make me to know mine end and the measure of my days and how frail I am. He wanted God to remind him over and over again, David, you have a life to live. It's not long. So do it. Like, do what you're going to do. He's taken on the idea of kind of carpe diem, this seize the day idea. And as Christians, we should realize the importance of the fact that our life is like a handbreadth, and how important that is, because it's not like my life is a handbreadth. It's just this short space, and then I go off into nothingness. No, we go off into eternity with God, and what we do in this handbreadth matters not whether or not we go with God. That the handbreadth, our decision of what we do with Jesus Christ affects that, but but uh, how we glorify God with our handbreadth, and how we and the crowns that we can cast at His feet. And so many times in our time of life, one of two things happens. Either we get so consumed with our mistakes in the past that we get bogged down with those rather than confessing them, repenting from them, living in the forgiveness that we have and in the grace of Jesus Christ. That oftentimes happens. And then sometimes people will get caught up in dreaming about the future. And the reality is we need to live in that in-between time. The real challenge of life is dealing with the present, not being bogged down by the past, and not always just dreaming towards the future. But it's when we stop saying to ourselves, one of these days I'm going to I'm going to do something about my temper. One of these days I'm going to commit myself to the Lord. One of these days, I'm going to fulfill my responsibilities to my families. One of these days, I'm going to tell this person about Jesus, or I'm going to invite them to church. When we stop making excuses and we begin to move forward with the Lord, and we stop saying, well, yesterday I made this mistake, or we go, I'm going to do that tomorrow. But when we look and say, today's the day, today is the day. Today is the day of action. Today is the day to make that commitment. Today is the day to say yes to the Lord. Today is the day to do that thing that you've always been putting off. Why? Because the Lord reminds us, again, in verses 4 and 5, to know mine end, realize there's an end coming. And the measure of my days, he says, what it is that I may know how frail I am. Behold, thou hast made my days as a handbreadth, a handbreadth, a handbreadth. 3 inches, Lord, it's just like this. It's not very long. And mine age is nothing before me. David was reminded over and over again, I've just got this little time to honor the Lord and to serve the Lord. Beloved, can I tell you something? Same thing with us. We just have a little time. We have this little time. So whatever the Lord is calling you to do and wants you to do, today is the day. Seize it. Go out and do it. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later.